little magpie. I missed you so much. I'm so proud of you. But now, I need you to give up. No. Of course it's you! You monster! Let go of me! Let go? No. You made a choice. And I warned you.
What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the new Diablo 4 Runewords and what's wrong with them and how to fix it. But before I go on a rant, I want to put out a disclaimer that I grew up on Diablo 2. I'm a huge D2 simp. I remember getting off school, running home as fast as possible, waiting half an hour for my old ass PC to boot just so I can play some LOD. That game was basically my childhood, so I'm going to be biased. I simply think D2, even though it's a very dated game, it still has the core elements of what make a good ARPG great. With that put out there, I think these Runewords are worse than cancer. I think, well, you know what? I'll let Tyler 1 tell you what I think.
How did it even make it to live servers? How? How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this fucking company. They're trash! Fix the game! It sucks playing the shit! And I'm fucking addicted! So I can't quit! I'm so sick of this shit! I'm done!
So first off, this should have been a free slam dunk. They missed the target so bad, a blind man could have hit. You could have released anything that wasn't this and people would have been glazing D4's nuts. But you released this version of Runewords that was the same version we got in Alpha, just with different names. You pulled a fast one on us. You said you're going to change the Runewords, but you gave us the same crap. One thing I don't understand, for some reason, people are happy about it. They're like, at least it's something. No, this is worse. This is far worse. I'd rather you not give us Runewords, cause then I can hope to get them in the future. A true successor to D2 Runewords, but now we're stuck with this mess. Let me explain. The new Runewords are a generator spender type system where one rune is a generator and the other one is a spender. It's basically like a PoE valve gem. Example, the back rune is travel 5 meters, and when you do, the paired jaw rune lets you teleport on your next evade. Now the OG Runewords, you would go find a base item with the exact number of sockets you needed. Then you would place the correct runes in the correct order and boom! You got a completely new, unique item that sometimes was even game breaking because it gave stats that wasn't usually found on that base type. The devs really don't know what a rune word is at its core. That's the issue. Runes aren't some item you'd socket and it gives you a power. What rune words are at its core are crafting materials. I'll say it again. Crafting materials. You use them to craft a unique item. I feel like I'm watching the Halo TV series because just like in the TV show, the devs did not follow the source material. I don't know if they were just feeling themselves and wanted to create something new, but why mess up something that was so amazing? What they really needed to do was sit down, play a fresh season of D2, and experience the grind and the joy of crafting your first high rune word. Have them run 500 Countess runs or lower Kuros or Hell Forges, or just grind meth runs and trade their asses off until they get the required runes. I want to see them sweat while they're putting in runes in an item, checking it 1,000 times that they got the right order. And when they put that last road in, they're going to close their eyes, beg for God that they got a good roll. And either they're going to wake up their neighbors screaming or looking for a new keyboard. Runewords were such a huge part of D2, and I was hoping they would be a huge part of D4. In D2, Runewords were the best gear when crafted. A lot of the activities revolved around them, whether it was rushing people for their forge, farming cows, Countess, lower Kuros. The biggest dopamine hit though was when a rune dropped and you knew you could do something with it. You knew you could trade it for something useful. D2's economy was basically Sojas and runes. In D4, what economy do we have? Nothing. A legendary rune drops, and what are you going to do with it? Trade it? How? Go on a sketchy third-party site? Have you looked at those sites? A mid-amulet goes for like 5 billion gold. Join a Discord? Sure, but half the time nobody responds. It's a huge hassle. At this point, give us an auction house or something like PoE Trade on the official D4 site. But until then, trading isn't a thing in D4. I just can't wrap my head around it. The devs have so much resources, so many people they can ask if they don't understand what Runewords are. For God's sake, ask Mr. Llama SC.
We do not speak his name.
Mr. Llama SC has probably done more Countess runs than there's people in India. He eats, sleeps, and breathes Diablo 2. If you're going to bring such a huge core mechanic from D2 to D4, you should ask him. He's probably the most knowledgeable D2 player. In my opinion, this is what they should have done. Rax on his stream said the devs had an idea what to do with rares, but since the expansion, rares now just get auto salvaged, so they're pretty much useless. I have an idea. Hear me out. So you find a manual or recipe or whatever they're called on the ground that unlocks a rune word at the blacksmith when you use it. Kind of like a temper. Then you find a rare item base that fits that rune word base type. Bring to the blacksmith the rare base plus the runes required for the rune word. No need for sockets since we cannot fit 6 sockets on that little small icon. You press the craft button and the stupid animation goes and the rune word gets crafted. Takes one random affix from the item and puts it on the rune word. Let me show you an example. Let's say we want to craft the rune word spirit. We already found the manual that unlocked at the blacksmith. We want to use a rare sword base type. Here we see we found the storm executioner. We go to the blacksmith with the runes Tal, Thol, Ort, Amen, or whatever runes it requires. Doesn't have to be those. Craft it, and here is the new item. It takes one random affix, and you can see it took 19% vulnerable damage from the rare sword. This isn't a perfect system, but in my opinion, it's far superior to what we got. First off, we found a use for rare items that aren't just auto-salvaged. We just gotta make the rare drops less frequent so we don't keep checking everything that drops. Secondly, it adds chase items / replayability for the hardcore players that want to min-max, and the ability of crafting some godly items. Yes, I know it's like a slot machine where luck determines what affix you pull from the rare, but I was just looking at what can be done with these rares because I think it's really stupid that it just auto salvage and they have just no use. Another thing, this makes runes unreusable, so now they have a trade value. If a legendary rune drops, you can trade it. That's if, a big if, we get some sort of trade system in the future. And who knows, maybe the runes will become the default currency like we had in D2. So yeah, these are all my opinions. Remember, I'm a D2 simp. You might love the new Runewords. Ignore what I'm saying. I know D4 isn't made for people like me, and that's fine. In conclusion, I'll keep it simple and leave it with this.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.